10th victories, Miss Yui Igarashi, representing Takasaki City University of Economics. The title of her speech is, "There's nothing normal normally." There's nothing normal normally. Would you now welcome Miss Igarashi?
Thank you, the Master of Ceremonies and distinguished judges. Good afternoon, everyone. The Japanese word futsu is difficult to use because it has a lot of meanings. When you try to translate it into English, we can use normal, not special, average, or common, for example. In one context, we say that this ramen is not special but delicious, and in another, we normally sprinkle lemon on fried chicken. During the summer vacation in the second year of university, I gathered with classmates from a junior high school after a long time. Everyone had changed so much, and they were all dressed up. In our conversation, I said, when we become university students, we normally go to a hair salon. Friend A responded, I agree, I can't believe there is anyone who doesn't go to a hair salon as a university student. Friend B was there without saying anything. A few days later, I met friend C. I heard that B was crying after that conversation. I was surprised to learn that she still had her hair cut by her mother because she couldn't afford to go to a salon. I regretted saying it from the bottom of my heart. If I hadn't used the word futsu so casually, I could have avoided hurting my friend. This experience made me want not to hurt anyone with this thoughtless use of futsu again. We unconsciously use the word futsu and occasionally hurt someone. However, this word itself does not have a bad meaning. For example, there is nothing wrong with the sentence. We don't normally shoplift. What is bad is how we use it. Inappropriate use, like an experience, can result in hurting someone. So I thought a lot about how to use the word futsu appropriately, and I came up with one method. Today, I'd like to introduce this method so that as many people as possible will stop using the word futsu without thinking carefully. I hope nobody will get hurt by this word in the future. Each person has a specific standard for each thing around us. At the same time, we believe that our standards are the same as others. Therefore, we believe that our standards are normal. Let me give you two examples. First, when a traffic light is red, we believe nobody normally crosses the crosswalk. Also, you think if one has studied hard, they will normally pass the exam. However, when you think that your standards are always normal and use the word futsu, you can hurt someone. In the first example with the traffic light, your standards and other standards are the same, and nobody gets hurt when you say so. On the other hand, in the second example with studying, your and other standards are different. That while you think you will pass the examination if you study a lot, others may not think so, because they fail the exam in spite of their hard work. Here, your words can make them feel their efforts are denied, and consequently, you end up hurting them. When you hurt someone, you will feel regret and guilty conscience about it. These feelings will in turn torment you. Thus, the misuse of the word futsu can hurt not only someone, but also yourself. Now, why do people think their standards are normal? It is because we make what is called hasty generalization. It is one of the cognitive biases, which is a psychological phenomenon where people make unreasonable judgments based on their own assumptions or affected by their surroundings. In hasty generalization, a conclusion is reached with only one or few instances of perception without sufficient evidence. say Professor A is strict. You believe he is strict due to hasty generalization. However, Professor A is not necessarily strict because only a few students say so. He may actually have a gentle, lenient side. Thus, we only see things with limited evidence, and we can't see the whole picture of the fact. Then, how can we see the fact without jumping to a biased conclusion? When you notice about use the word fuzu, think about counterexample of hasty generalization of fuzu. To consider the counterexample, take 4 steps asking the following questions. Why? What if? And then what? Taking these steps, you can recognize that there are different people, different thoughts, and different standards from yours. You can realize that your normal is not a solid fact, but just based on your own ideas with a few cases. Step 1. Ask why. In this step, you ask why to your normal standard and search and experience for objective facts as a reason for it. For example, when you're about to say, this job normally takes 30 minutes, you should ask yourself, why do I think it takes 30 minutes? Then you answer can be, I've done it in 30 minutes before. Step 2. Ask another why to seek an objective reason why you were able to do it. Why did I finish it in 30 minutes? Then you may get the answer. Because I'm used to such tasks. Step 3. Ask for the opposite case. What if I wasn't used to it? You may see, I wouldn't be able to finish it in 30 minutes. Finally, step 4. Ask, then what? You will say to yourself, some people won't finish it in 30 minutes. Now, you can see that your standards of fuzu are different from others, and therefore, you will no longer use the word fuzu without paying any attention. Then, there will be no one who gets hurt by this word. If I had known this method when I talked with my friend from junior high, I could have taken these 4 steps. I could have thought that some university students didn't go to his alone for financial reasons. Then I wouldn't have hurt my friend with my casual remark, and I wouldn't have suffered from sense of guilt. Today, I talked about how to use the word fuzu correctly. When you're about to use the word fuzu, please recall this method. Why, what if, and then what? Using this method, you can tell whether your normal is based on facts or just your own ideas. When you understand there is nothing normal normally, you can use fuzu appropriately. And there will be nobody who gets hurt with this word in this world. Thank you.
We have a question and answer period. Mr. Tanaka, please.
Thank you very much for your speech. Well, though you say that the word itself does not have a bad meaning, how about just simply suggesting to stop using fuzu in casual communication?
Thank you. The word of fuzu itself is not bad. Let me use knives to explain it. Just because they are deadly weapons, we should eliminate all knives from the world, right? I think it is very same story. The problem is not the word itself, but how to use it. So the word fuzu can hurt can hurt someone depending on how it is used. So I introduced how to use it correctly.
Okay, so sometimes we should rather use the word futsu, and sometimes we should not.
Yeah.
Okay. So could you use your suggestions, which is consisted of 4 steps, and show us they are effective by referring to the hair salon inspects?
Hair salon.
Hair salon
Okay.
inspects.
Step 1. Why do I think university students normally go to hair salon? Because university students around me go to hair salon. Step 2. Why university students around me go to hair salon? Because we can spend time or money for self-improvement. Step 3. What if we don't have money? We wouldn't go hair salon. And step 4. Then what? Some university students didn't go to hair salon.
Okay, thank you very much. And you suggest, as you said, asking ourselves why, what if, and then what. But put it more simply, can you just say we should be very careful when we make any remarks because people may be different position from yours. So doesn't this simple mindset prevent us from making hasty generalizations?
Only step 3 is okay.
I mean, no steps. Just think that we should be very careful when we use the word futsu.
Just think counterexample.
Yes.
Okay. When I was thinking how to use the word futsu correctly, I remembered my common school teacher's word. He said, ask yourself why several times. Through that, we can reach our thoughts and facts. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. But in a real communication scene, we are speaking very fast and exchanging information very rapidly. So in such a situation, I don't think it is realistic to carry out your suggestion, which has 4 steps. What do you think of that?
Of course, it takes some time. So you can't finish. You can't just finish 4 steps instantly.
Sorry,
How-
time has come.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Igarashi and Mr. Tanaka.